Hey guys, I got a request to do a tutorial on how to graph your town out, and so here you go. I usually start just by tracing out an edge of the river or an edge of the cliff next to some landmark. So I'm going to be starting here next to this bridge, and so the bridge takes up a 2x4 section of land, or a 2x4 section of the town going over the river. So you can just put the bridge in here. And so this line, the edge of the river right here, this line is going to be where we're starting from. So what I do is I dig holes to see where complete spaces are. So you could dig here, you can put a pattern down here, you can put an item down there. It's just a complete workable space. It's something you could actually do something with, as opposed to this piece right here. This little corner piece, it looks diagonal compared to the straighter pieces here. You can't really do anything with it. You can't dig it. You can't put something on it. So it shows that it's moving downward, down to this row right here. And in this row, you can continue and dig straight across. So what I do is I graph wherever you have any sort of straight part where you can dig holes. So there were two spaces here on the edge of the river that I could dig holes. So I draw the edge of the river right there. But there is this space right here that goes diagonally that I couldn't dig in. So I put in a diagonal space here. And then I look at this new bank, this bank of the river right here, and I can dig holes all the way over here, and then I usually just keep digging until I can start to dig upwards, or depending on where you're starting from, or wherever you're doing, like wherever you can sort of change directions again. So I was able to dig 4 across until I hit another diagonal piece like the one I saw over there. So I'm going to extend this bank by 4 tiles, and then I'm going to start working with this diagonal piece right here. And this is usually the trickiest part, just because it can kind of get confusing as to where you are. But I usually just reference something like these bushes here just to make sure that you're in the right spot. So we got 4 across to this space right here, and now we're going to move up into these diagonal spaces. So there's 1 up next to this hole right here. There's a second one next to this hole, a third one next to that hole, and then a 4th one here. So I'm standing in this square right here, and I need to make sure that I've drawn it correctly down to this bank. So what I do is I just say, okay, I'm here, I go 1, 2, 3, 4 down in order to be directly below this part of the river, or directly below the bank. So I take a step down, 1, 2, 3, 4, I walk over, and if the holes weren't there, I could walk beneath the river just like I should, just like I've mapped out. So then I've done it right, and I keep going. So there's 1 empty space, 2 here, 3, 4. So then I just draw 4 up, and I would keep going from there. Like this next part would be a diagonal piece, and then it would keep going up. And so that's pretty much all you do. I usually just make sure to, at the very end of mapping out a section of town, just to make sure that I reference maybe the starting point and see if it lines up with whatever was below, or whatever was just something that make sure it all lines up so you know you did it right. As for the complete map of the town, you'll need 75 spaces this way and about 60 north-south. So that's pretty much it. Happy mapping, guys.